cocktail number 1?
Well, as I was reading the first reading, about camping out and about, all the wonderful fun people were having, the beverages they were consuming, it reminded me of, the idea of making your own ice cream, rolling that rock salt ball around and all these types of things. So I came up with this drink called When the Kids Are Away, which I thought is a very neat drink. This actually has a couple ounces of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire, that's their cinnamon whiskey, with some simple syrup, vanilla ice cream, a ripe banana, and whole milk. So we blend it all up, and then we'll pour it into a glass, put a little whipped cream and some banana on top. So if you hear the blender, that's what's going on.
Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I want to drink of it.
We'll pour it in one of the glasses, which I like this particular glass because it'll kind of showcase the drink to a degree. I will slice some banana and throw some whipped cream on there as soon as I find it. And this drink has a really neat kind of a flavor because it's kind of a cross between an ice cream sundae and it's got that kind of faint alcoholic taste to it, but it's distinct, because it is whiskey that's in there. So I will let here is the drink When the Kids.
Oh my gosh!
And I will let Laura try that.
Okay, so this is an amazing drink, and I've already had a preview, so I know that. So I'll try not to embarrass myself by just guzzling the whole thing. We'll have to take a picture of the inside of this because it's so beautiful. Hold that for me for just a second. So all whipped cream, and I might end up with a whipped cream mustache. It's really good.
The interesting thing about this drink is also because of that cinnamon flavor, they make a kid's soda that's like that made, those cinnamon red hot type things. So you could actually make a kid's version of this, which is probably both a blessing and a curse. You could have your kids going, wow, I didn't know adult beverages could be so delicious. But on the other hand, they could also share an experience with their parents without actually, consuming alcohol.
Yeah.
That is marvelous.
So
it's got that wonderful cinnamon flavor backed by the ice cream.
This is delicious, and I have, depending what beer Michael has chosen in the past, what Michael calls my IPA face, which is this is opposite. I'm gonna have him just keep making these little was the detective. How do you pronounce his name? Pelletier?
Pelletier.
Okay. He started off seeming like a real jerk, but I thought you did a great job of not letting him just be this stock jerk sheriff from a small town. What advice would you give other wannabe authors or actual authors about fleshing people out, letting them be three-dimensional and real and not just, good or bad or flat?
So how we go about doing that?
Yeah.
I think, we've studied the process of writing a lot and character building and character arcs. We've also modeled different people after people we know. Interestingly enough, Mary Joy's ex-husband is a police officer up in the UP. And he was so sure that he read the book, and he was so sure that we had modeled that Pelletier after him. We had actually modeled Emily after him.
How does he feel about that?
And we didn't tell him that. We just let him go on and believe that we had modeled Pelletier after him.
Well, let's hope he's not among our 8.3 million listeners, because if he is, now he knows. one of your interviews about internalizing your characters' personalities. Do you ever find that you're writing dialogue, or I guess in this day and age, it's writing dialogue, not writing dialogue, and all of a sudden words come out of their mouth that you didn't intend, or things that you would not think up on your own?
Yes, and I think not so much dialogue, but the one time that I remember in writing the first book, where they're in Door County and staying at this Peninsula State Park. I think we named it Moose's Leap or something or other. We fictionalized it at any rate. But as I was writing this scene, with Emily walking down a path through the woods, her phone rings, and I didn't know her phone was going to ring, and it's her daughter. I didn't know she had a daughter. And of course, then the second book heavily involves, you know, their daughter and her family. So it's like, I don't know where that came from. It just was there.
Right. And that's so funny. And I'm guessing that people who don't write have a hard time understanding how that happens. But I've always said, so my book, it started off as a standalone. It ended up being 5 books. And in book 2, Angus the cop walked in, and I'm like, who are you? What are you doing here? And 2 or 3 books later, I'm like, you know, this guy's causing me a lot of trouble. I'm having a really hard time. I should just go back and write him out. And he's just kind of like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're the good guy. So how come you're causing me so much trouble and refusing to leave? But it really is amazing the way characters begin to speak.
And he ended up with a t-shirt.
He did. Yeah, we have a t-shirt that says, what is it, Team Sean or Team Angus?
That's right.
I love all the different classes you have.
Yes.
Gotta do this right.
Yeah.
So this is the 3rd one that we didn't try, or I haven't. I don't know if you have
Nope,
already.
I haven't mixed it yet myself.
So this is, you know, raw footage.
This is the Boston. Cheers.
Cheers. That's got quite a kick to it. It's definitely tart, but it's tart in a way that I like a little better than the other one. I could see having a few of these, even though I'm making like a sour puckered up face. And yet I'll probably keep them.
Driver, I have to say, this bad dream is frequently recurrent and is right up there with the naked public speaking dream. In terms of how awful.
We did one day find ourselves crossing over a bridge that had a weight limit. And we kind of looked at each other like maybe they should have mentioned that a couple miles ago, because I'm pretty sure we were over that weight
by
limit.
about a ton.
And I remember going over it, wondering what happens. Is it going to crack under us? But tell our horrifying RV story when we had first gotten it and it malfunctioned in a way RVs are not supposed to.
And what was the malfunction?
When the slider came out.
Oh, we were going through Iowa, a very remote part of Iowa, and all of a sudden I've noticed in my left side mirror that I'm not looking at the road anymore. I'm looking at what appears to be the side of the RV.
And we were very new to it, so it's just like, oh, that's kind of weird.
And I'm in the right lane, and a truck is blasting by me, honking its horn like crazy, because I'm actually in his lane. The slider had come out, and there I am, you know. And we're like, what am I supposed to do now? And I have this wonderful RV insurance, which if you give them a call, they're going to dispatch service wherever you are, right? And they're on the exit, and they're like, sorry, we have nobody near you. You're on your own. And I was like, what am I going to do?